Hey guys, how you doing? It's Henry at Mowers and Blowers again. As you guys know, I got both these things on the same day from Motherload 17. I got this for free and I got this for free, all in the same run. As you guys know from the last episode, this thing runs perfectly, and all I did was do some loose ends here and there, some caps on there, greased everything, fixed the bushings on the T-bar lever, right? We started this engine up, runs great, put gas in it. I fixed the recoil starter by doing it one more revolution of the string, and you know, some odds and ends and stuff. That tire that I inflated does have a very slow leak, but even after 24 hours of pumping the tire up, it you know, it still holds air, you know, so I'm gonna just get some fix-a-flat and just shoot it in there. It'll be fine. Other than that, this thing's ready to go. What's interesting is this thing came with the bagger system. It's got the huge heavy-duty brackets, the two bars that come out this way that hold the bagger there, and also the chute that goes onto the mower deck. I've got two bags, a chute, two bars, right, and that bracket. And so some guy emailed me and said, hey, would you sell one of your bags? And I says, sure, I'll sell one of my bags. They're very tough to come by. You can't even find them, you know. $100, right? The guy goes, oh, you know what? I just looked at mine. I think I need the whole assembly. So the bracket, right? The two bars that hold it, two bags, and the chute. I'm going to sell it to him for $300. Hey, I'll sell the bagger system for $300. You know what I mean? I don't even really want the bagger. Yeah, the bagger will probably increase the price of this thing when I sell it, but I've had it up for $18.75 and not one person texted me about it except for the guy who wants the bag. So I'll definitely sell just the bagger system to him for $300, you know what I'm saying? And then I'll put this down to like $1,500 or something. Whatever, you know, I'm just testing the waters. Anyway, enough of that. Along with this, I got this. This is a MTD push mower, and it comes with the Predator engine on it. So I'm thinking that the guy who had this before blew his engine, got one of these cheap 173cc Predator engines from Harborfreight, put it on, and I guess he sold it to somebody else, whatever. But this thing's got all kinds of things wrong with it, and I don't really want to spend a whole lot of time on it, but I am curious on getting the engine started because I've never worked on a Predator before. A Predator is a engine that's Chinese made. That's a Honda clone engine. This looks just like a Honda, and summarily it uses 10mm bolts just like a Honda does. Everything looks like it's in order, such as the 3 springs, right? You got this one spring for the governor linkage, right? Got another spring here for the throttle, and another spring here for the governor too. So everything looks like it's there. This cable here is the throttle cable, and it's a little hinky, you know, you can't even move it and stuff, needs some greasage. And he has it on the kill switch here, which is not right. This cable belongs down here, you know. So I'll have to find another cable for the kill. I'll move this down to here, find another cable for the kill. And if you can see here, the handle is very hinky too. It's all whacked out over here. Bent, you know what I'm saying? And not to mention the fact that, as you can see here, the kill cable's broken. See? So he's just ripped it off and put the throttle thing on there. It also doesn't have the engagement handle. This is the other side of it, and this is exactly the way I got it. Free acorn and all. The muffler and gasket was off. It was just sitting like that, you know. It didn't have any bolts, so I just spent like half an hour looking through my box of bolts for 10mm bolts that are long enough to go through the muffler and into there. See how much is sticking out? An inch. So I'm going to put a spacer here, like a washer or two, right? Just to, you know, kind of take away an inch and just like try to do maybe half an inch. And I did try to impact these in there, and it does go in all the way, so I think I'm good. In addition to that, the muffler guard was sitting here too, like that. Muffler guard has 3 connecting points here, and I don't have bolts for those either, so I was looking through my bag of bolts as well, and you know, like I said, I don't throw anything away, so I've got these 10mm Honda bolts, and they fit. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the muffler together at least, you know what I mean? I will get rid of the acorn though. I want to tell the owner thank you very much for the acorn, but you know, I don't really need acorns. So let's see if I can install this muffler without stripping any bolts, because you can do that pretty easily when it comes to mufflers. I don't think it's like that. Yeah. The heat has to be covered with this heat shield gasket type thing. And going from what I see in the pattern here, it goes like that. As you can see the marks. Let me put some washers in here before I start, because I'm going to take up a little bit more space. It's not as hot today, but they say it's going to be the hottest this season this weekend. It's Friday today. And they said Saturday and Sunday. Tomorrow and the next day are going to be insane. I'm not looking forward to it. I'll tell you what, I do like it better than the winter. You know what I mean? There's nothing worse than waking up early in the morning, right? And sitting in your car, 20 degrees. Seems to go in okay. Alright, that's pretty good. I'm not going to overdo it, you know. Well, it still moves a little, so just a little bit more here. That should do it. Yeah, that's good. So here we have the muffler guard, and it looks like it matches up pretty well. I don't know why the guy removed the muffler. Doesn't seem to be anything wrong with it. It doesn't seem to be too tight on there. Whatever. You don't really need a muffler guard. That's on there. And then one more all the way down here. It's difficult to get to. Holy cow. You've got to be a contortionist to get in here. Yeah, baby. Well, there you go. While we're here, let's check the Earl. I don't expect it to be nice. Huh. First of all, you're a little low on Earl. About half. Need to add more. But honestly, it's clean. Clean and glistening. So we'll add some Earl, but it's good enough to start, just to test. I will need to get a brake cable for this thing before we even test, because it won't work. So now we're going to disconnect this throttle cable that's in place of the kill cable. Just pinch it. Oh, but this is under a lot of pressure here, see? It'll be difficult to pull out. Very difficult to pull out. So, I have to pull this somehow. Don't break it, Henry. Don't break it. Jesus Christ. It's so difficult. You know what? I'm just gonna freaking bend this. Yeah, that's really on there, man. I'll fiddle with it. So the guy fabricated this throttle cable. He put the, you know, this attachment for the thing over here because that cable was busted, and he probably bent this to get this on there. Well, as you know, you don't need this for this, so I'm going to have to bend this one back and pull that out. Problem is, when you bend this back, it makes it very weak. So this might break. And if it breaks, then this cable's going to be too short. You know what I mean? Should this be a Z-bend? I think it should be. Yep, I just broke it, see? You didn't hear that, did you? Yeah, you did. To get some other pliers. Finally got a Z-bend done, but I think I'm gonna have too short of a thing, you know what I mean? I'll try it anyway. This goes in there like that, and so we're going to have full throttle here. This is slow. This should be like that. Fast. Probably like this. So that might work. Maybe. If not, I'm going to have to cut over here to give it some more slack. So this is turtle slow. It's all the way at slow. When I throttle up, it doesn't move. Oh, I know why. That opposite. Yeah, not enough space. I'm going to cut this part a little bit. So I want to make this have more wire. So I basically just crimp this real quick and pops out, and then you just got to try to cut this one without damaging it. It's a tall order. Okay, it worked, but now I gotta un-Z-bend it. When you un-Z-bend it, guess what happens? That's right, you jack it all up. Maybe I just leave it. Well, that's not gonna work because it defeats the purpose of cutting it, see? Still takes up that space. I'll have to try to get that out. So I got it worked out enough to, you know, test. That's slow. and when it's fast you have tension on it. So let me work on the brake cable now. Got another handle and took the brake cable off of that green mower that doesn't work right. Just going to use that for now. So it's not perfect, but I got another handle on there and found a cable, and it kind of works. Here, watch. It only moves like an inch. I don't know if that's enough to disengage the kill, you know what I mean? But that's what I got right now. And thinking I'm gonna just try to pull start it and see if it works. If it doesn't start, it could be just because this thing is not fully engaged. I'm gonna blow some carb cleaner in there or starter fluid and just see what happens. I don't know if anything got in there. Just the fumes ought to do it though. Just gonna pull start it with it. I don't know if any of that spray got in there, so I'm gonna do some carb cleaner with the straw right inside. Let's see. Not bad, huh? Got this damn thing started. Can't believe it. So while using too much force, I basically broke this cable here. You know, it's all messed up there like that. See? Because this thing is just so hard, this spring. So basically I took off the cowling over here. It was really easy actually. It's just 3 10mm bolts, and the recoil starter cover came off. This part came off. I mean, it was really easy to take off, you know. Really easy to work on, actually. So here's the brake that goes onto the flywheel, right? And when this is engaged, right, it only lifts it a little bit, and that's all I could get out of this cable was that it wasn't pulling, you know what I mean, all the way, because this spring is just like so strong. And then it requires more than, how am I going to explain this? It requires more than a ½ inch of play to prevent it from killing it. See what I'm saying? Like once this touches there, it kills it. So this thing has to move at least an inch to not touch that tab. Once it moves here, it touches that tab over there and it kills the engine. So what was happening was my cable isn't strong enough or long enough, I guess, or short enough, I guess, so that when I engage the handle, it only pulls this much. So if it only pulls like ½ an inch or ¼ inch, it's still touching the kill. You following? So I need to get another cable that pulls it all the way like that, so that it doesn't touch that thing. So, but I don't want to spend any money on it. You following what I'm saying? So I'm thinking about just taking off the spring, right? Having it free, loose like that, and using a throttle cable where it doesn't require a lot of tension on it. I'm going to try that. So I just yanked this big spring off, just giving it a lot of tension. So now look, this just moves freely like that. You know what I'm saying? And once it gets over here, it'll start the engine. You know, it won't kill it, and then when you push it back, it stops it like that. But the brake won't be under tremendous amounts of, you know, it won't stop the flywheel as well because the brake is here, you know, and it's not under any tension at all. So I don't know if it will stop the engine too well, you know. That's the only thing, and that's why that spring had to be so strong, was because it needed to stop the flywheel. Well, I'm gonna try it. If not, I'll put the spring back. So I got it to work. It was kind of fun, you know. I wanted to see if I could do it, you know. So here's the throttle, right? Nice and smooth. And here's the, now you're killing it. I put a smaller spring on there so the tension isn't crazy. And this is start, run. See, it's not touching. And then when you want to stop it, kills the engine that way. Nice and smooth. So it's two throttle cables that I'm putting on there. So no bail handle, it's just two throttle cables. Works, at least I think it works. I'm gonna put it back, put this stuff back on, so I can know whether or not it works or not. So since I took it off and I didn't show you, I'll show you how to put it back on. It's very simple. Watch, it takes me 100 years to put this one together. Cover just goes on like that. Recoil starter just goes on like that. Top cover just goes on like that. Really easy. I kind of wish they were all like this. It's easy. And it's just 3 10mm bolts, nuts on the studs. Super easy, man. I like it. Kind of like the Kohlers. Kohlers are pretty easy too. There's more to getting the engine cover off. The shroud is very easy, and the recoil starter is very easy to take off, but man, three screws to get the cover, the recoil starter, and the engine cover off. That's great. I mean, you have access to the flywheel and the magneto with just three nuts. That's great. I like it. My first experience with the Predator is very good. I honestly don't know how it started. There was no gas in here. So, to start, I'm just going to pull it. Yeah, there's no gas. I don't know how it worked before, you know. There's hardly anything in there. Cool, man. Runs nice. Throttle works. gas in here? There's no gas, man. Now there's some. You can hear it. That's not bad. I like it. I like the Predator engine now, man. It's really pretty cool. I'm impressed with it. And I understand these things are only like, what, 50 bucks or something? To get the engine? Is that right? Whoop. Oh, Jesus. Gas tank's pretty small. Holy cow. A lot of gas. It's a small gas tank, man. I didn't have that much gas in there. Holder. Okay. Cool. These are not the, this is actually in good shape. I'll probably sell this for like, 75 bucks, 80 bucks. It's just a push mower, you know? But, it seems to work. I'm gonna go try it on my lawn now. Not bad at all. We're going to add a little bit, 10 ounces of SAE 30 plus from my friends at Lucas Oil. It needed about half, so I'm just going to throw half in there. Not half the bottle, just like 10 ounces. I think it only takes 20 ounces for the crankcase here. And that's going to be difficult. I'm going to need a funnel. That might have been more, yeah, that might have been 20 ounces. No, it's not 20 ounces. let it settle and check the measurement. Nice. Good. It's a little bit over, but it's good. And we got oil in this baby. Got gas. Carburetor did not need to be cleaned. It runs fine. Yeah, that's cool. How about that, huh? Didn't think that this was something that I could get going, but engine was fine. The biggest pain in the butt was the handles, you know, and getting the kill switch, putting that muffler on. That was the biggest pain. The battery's dying, and just took some pictures of this. Just gonna list it for like 80 bucks or something like that. And I'm gonna park it under there. I don't plan on selling it anytime soon. It's a turd. Anyway, that was interesting. I enjoyed messing with a Predator for the first time, and it runs really well, actually. See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers. Hey guys, support my channel, buy a sticker. Also follow me on Instagram at Mowers Blowers. Check out my website, mowersblowers.com. See you guys on the next project. Have a great day. Hey guys, Boba and I want to thank you for all the support of Mowers and Blowers. If you'd like, make a short video clip like these, and I'll put it as an outro in my future videos.
See you guys next time, Mowers and Blowers!